summer too, because you know me, I like my hundreds. That's how I roll.
Yes, you do. And it certainly felt like spring yesterday.
Oh, it was gorgeous yesterday. 76, lots of sunshine. Even today, it'll be warm, like 70, but we're going to have some showers. But we have a lot of events coming up this weekend, and events Saturday will be nice, around 70. Events Sunday, lower 60s. Still lots of sun both days, just a little change in temperatures.
Okay, I think we can handle that.
Yeah,
I think
for
a
sure.
lot of the events, at least the outdoor ones, are happening on Saturday, which is some good news.
Good,
So we'll get to that in a second, but I do want to talk about the big event that I highlighted this week. It's about a new exhibit at the History Museum. Are you a big history buff, Matt?
I do like history. I
Okay.
used to be a lot bigger than I am now, but I mean,
Yeah.
I'm still trying to, but we're in an area that is incredibly rich with history. So it's kind of like you get to,
Embrace it.
thank you.
Embrace it.
Couldn't think of the word.
I'm right here with you. I'm right here with you. So this is an exhibit called Give Me Liberty, Virginia and the Forging of a
Patrick
Nation.
Henry.
Yes. So this is at the Virginia Museum of History and Culture. It actually opens on Saturday to the public. Lasts until January 4th of next year. So it's going to be here for a while, but we actually got a special sneak peek. I want to bring in some photos. So as you may have guessed, this really centers around the start of our nation, the start of our nation, and it coincides with the 250th anniversary of Patrick Henry's Give Me Liberty or Give Me Death speech that, of course, if you're from here, you're familiar, down at St. John's Church, right at Churchill. He actually made that speech 250 years ago on Sunday, this coming Sunday, which is pretty interesting. So this exhibit tells the story of Virginia's role in the American Revolution, all of the Virginians that had a key role in that. You're going to find a bunch of different types of storytelling in here, and over 40 historical artifacts from founding fathers, like straight from them, which I found fascinating. So, Matt, I don't know if you can tell who that is. I didn't know who it was at first.
I mean, outside guess, George Washington, maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It is. So that's a picture of him, a painting of him when he was very young. Below him is actually one of the letters that he wrote.
Okay.
And next to him is actually his sword that I believe was from the French and Indian War, I think. Don't quote me.
Wow, interesting.
I was trying to soak everything in. This is actually a very famous pair of glasses, belonged to Patrick Henry when he made his speech. I also learned that when, apparently the tale goes that if he had his glasses on his head, he was like really about to say, like, you got to strap in because he has something important to say versus if he would just wear them like as normal. It was pretty interesting. And then that is actually, I believe, a whalebone that he used during his speech to kind of...
A whalebone. Just think of what you just said there. Like, that's such a different time.
Yes, and he used it to wave, and I believe, like, when he said it, he, like, stabbed his heart. Like, it goes into the history of even just these items, which is so... fascinating. You'll also be able to really, there's a lot of sounds that are going on. So you'll hear like a church bell, and I believe that's the bell from the historic church. They got recordings of that, and I think it's also there. You'll see what it was like in like a tavern and a printing press, which of course was really
a big thing.
Pivotal to disseminate all the information that way. So really, really interesting. It's huge too. So I'll bring back just my photo so you guys can get a look. So speaking of Patrick Henry's speech, they have literally a floor-to-ceiling video playing of this speech, like from actors, and I'm told this was actually filmed in St. John's Church. They kind of want you to feel like you're there.
Wow.
It's really cool. I mean, if you're into history, I highly recommend you check this out because I was fascinated at just like kind of walking around and seeing everything that they have to offer. It's very immersive, larger than life, and a lot of the artifacts I'm told they found artifacts from Yorktown, from Richmond, from Mount Vernon, and now they're all under one roof, which is pretty rare when you think about, I mean, how many artifacts do we have from George Washington, right? So it's pretty cool. I did speak to Andrew Talcott, the Senior Director of Curatorial Affairs at the museum, about kind of the main message that he wants folks to walk away with at the end of the day. So let's take a listen. Oop. Maybe not. Maybe Andrew doesn't want to talk. Let me try that one more time.
Yeah, I love his look at you too.
It was a perfect look. So basically, he just wants people to walk away with, thinking about what transpired, where our nation has been in the last 250 years, and kind of what we can do personally to kind of help inspire the next generation. At the end of the exhibit, there's actually like a little packet where you can write down how you're going to inspire the next generation. And I think it's a seedling that you can take home and actually plant. So
Gotcha.
it's pretty cool. This is included in general and museum admission. Go to virginiahistory.com to buy those tickets. I think they're like
Very cool.
less than $15. But yeah,
that's
all I got. Okay, so it is spring, so I want to bring out my handy dandy list. The first event I want to talk about is the Virginia Daffodil Society Show and Sale. This is happening at Lewis Ginter's Auditorium this weekend, organized by the Virginia Daffodil Society. This is Saturday from 2 to 5 and Sunday as well. So you're going to find hundreds of prize-worthy daffodils and expert growers. It's free to go to the actual event. If you want to go to the garden, you will have to buy a ticket. Matt, I don't know about at your house. We bought our home 2-ish years ago, and we have randomly daffodils just popping up. It doesn't seem like there's any rhyme or reason.
Well, I mean, so at one point somebody planted them as bulbs, right?
Yeah.
And so they continuously come up as perennials. And so, you know, unless you're going to go down and dig up the bulbs, I mean, there might have been a flower garden at one point. There might have been some sort of thought process. But, I mean, you know, when you inherit, not inherit, but when you buy somebody else's, you don't know what their thought process was. Or it could have even been before those people. You don't know.
Yeah,
right?
and it looks like in the front, like, mulch bed, we have some. And then in the backyard, there's, like, some in a corner and then some. I think at one point it was probably really full, but who knows? Who knows when they're planted? Also, my dogs go back out there, so like I don't know what they do either. But yeah, if you want to check out some pretty daffodils, that's pretty cool. This next event, Matt, you know a little thing about a 23rd annual Dog Jog 5K and Block Party. This is Saturday down at the Richmond SPCA. All the proceeds benefit the shelter. So there's a couple different events. There's a 5K for people only at 10 a.m. A kids fun run for free for kids 4 to 10 years old at 11, and then the dog jog at 11:30. Free block party from noon to 5, and we actually met Myrtle.
Myrtle, who's the
the mascot.
Mascot.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, there's a name for it when you're like the grand. Anyway,
like a marshal.
Yes,
like
Grand Marshal.
I know what you're talking about.
And Tabitha Treloar was in the other day, and just fantastic. And what a fun time is this? What is it, the 23rd or something like that?
Yes,
right?
it's the 23rd.
It's incredible.
It's really incredible.
For sure.
They have a goal this year raising $215,000.
And they were pretty close, they said.
Yeah, I checked this morning, and they're around $177,000, like over that.
Yeah, that's great. So let's help them out. And you can wake up the morning of and just walk down there. But if you did do a registration, they are doing pack and pick up now, so you can do that as well. I think she said Sports Backers is doing the timekeeping, and they're helping out with the main 5K race, and then the dog jog and the kids fun run. It's all for fun.
It's all for fun. And I do want to show a picture of Myrtle so you guys can really get her essence. Look at her. She's perfection.
So great.
Someone even put little tennis shoes on her. So this is at the Richmond SPCA website. So if you just go to their website, and I just clicked on how to register, it brings you here. You can sign up, or you can actually donate. And let's actually go see. Okay, yeah, see?
177, yeah, that's
incredible.
Yep.
This is another look at some of the schedule of events. So all the money is going to be helping more than 18,000 pets that the shelter helps each year, and 4,000 homeless dogs and cats. It also helps with low-cost vet care, training classes, human education programs. So there's a lot of different avenues where this money is going, and of course also a good cause. We love our partners there at the Richmond SPCA. So again, this is at runsignup.com. You can sign up or you can donate. All right. Next event I want to talk about is the Model Train Exhibition at Westchester Commons. This is for the train lovers in your life. So this is Saturday at Westchester Commons. The exact address they gave me was 313 Perimeter Drive. That's between the Target and the movie theater, if you're familiar with where that is. It's from 10 to 3. Free admission, and it's hosted by the Virginia Train Collectors Association. Basically, you're going to find 9 operating model train layouts spanning 100 years. So that's pretty cool. Model trains, was that something that you ever got into?
Oh gosh, I mean, back in the day. So I have an old set, 1935 Lionels, and I have 1941 Lionels as well. Yeah. So they're stored away. The ones from the 30s we actually used to run all the time at Christmas and whatever.
Yes.
Then the Transformer is done, and so I'm not gonna go buy a new Transformer and all that. So obviously, it's just kind of cool. And the other ones I just took with me from when my dad just passed away. They were in his garage, and so now they're sitting in my garage until I figure out, what to do. Open the box, clean them up. That
Right.
Yeah, so yeah.
I think everyone kind of has a story of some way about model trains.
Yep.
Like my dad used to set up the model train around the Christmas tree when we were younger, and I don't know where I'm sure he still has it set somewhere, but it was so special. It kind of brings back all the nostalgia behind it too.
It does for sure.
So if you have a train lover in your life, check out the model train exhibition at Westchester Commons over on Saturday. And again, it sounds like the weather's gonna be nice.
It's gonna be very nice, so enjoy it for sure.
Yes, absolutely. So that's all the events that I have. Maddie, do you have anything else?
I don't have any events, but if you are an angler and you want to be out there, I will tell you that shad fishing and striper fishing is hot right now on the James, so that might draw a bunch of people down to Ankar's Landing, where a lot of people line up along the ledge and fish, or putting their boats in. Just be kind to the neighbors putting the boats in, because it can get crazy at boat ramps at this time of year.
And if you've been watching 8 News at 9, you may have seen us
Spy
is not the word.
It's spying. It's zooming in and checking out how these guys are doing.
And are they anglers and they're searching for those?
They're anglers.
Okay.
They're going for the shad. They're going for
Okay.
stripers. Yeah. So we were. Me and Simone were out there on Monday, and we caught the beginning of the run. The water temperature peaked up, and it was just game on, and we just had so much fun. But I mean, it was awesome. So now everybody's out there, and it's a great time. So
it's just now beginning too, because I feel like
it goes for a couple of weeks.
Wait, a couple of weeks?
Yeah. So the shad run goes until really like late April. You'll do stripers through May, but the water temperature will affect that. But there's fishing in the James all the time. So
I had no clue that the temperatures of the... I mean, it makes sense, but I guess I never thought about how the temperatures of the water dictate
what the fish do. Sure, it's totally different. Yeah, for sure. But,
okay, well, if anyone sees a wild Matty D out on the river, you know what he's doing.
Sunday. See you there Sunday.
Really?
Sunday
so
morning.
Fun. And what, you said like 60, right?
63 Sunday afternoon, probably early in the morning. It'll be a little chilly, like 45, 50-ish.
Just bring your light jacket.
Look, I'm a slow fish. I don't care. I fish in winter in the middle in snowstorms.
That's what I'm saying. You've been to Alaska, so like you're not.
Well, that was in summer in Alaska. It was like 65, 55. But in upstate New York, I fished in snow squalls and stuff. Didn't care. You fish.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Well, I liked Matty D's graded events. That was great.
Yeah. See, Matty D's all I talk about.
I love it. All right. So as always, I want to say if you have an event that you want us to know about, send us an email at news@WRIC.com. We'd love to hear about it. We're also doing live interviews on 8 News at 9. If you're interested, send us an email at interview@WRIC.com, and we'll see if your event is a good fit for our show. But we will say goodbye, and we will see you next week.
Enjoy.